Okay, inmendham, first of all, I did not call you racist. I don't call people racist. I don't believe it's people that's racist. I believe it's behavior that's racist. But as a result, I don't spend a lot of time wasting time figuring out what people they're thinking about everything. Yeah, a little bit, sure. But that becomes obvious. But it doesn't make the act not racist, you know? If somebody tells those racist jokes that you don't tell, you know, many of them say, no, I'm innocent. I have nothing in my heart. Just don't be politically correct. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The behavior is still racist. Saying someone is racist is a shorthand for saying that they habitually show racism. I did not call you racist, but I did call those words and the comments racist. And you know, your defense of, well, what if a European was calling an American, the American, blah, blah. He'd be talking about American policy. He'd be making a generalization because he was talking about our nation. Were you talking about Mexican foreign policy? Don't think so. Okay. Now, yeah, I don't think you're inside. You're the kind of person that's a racist as we think of it, that spends time hating or really hates that way. But, you know, there's a concept that everybody has some latent racism. But that doesn't make it okay. That doesn't mean, oh, well, so it's not racism. Everybody has it. No. Let's just pretend all the part that we all have, let's pretend, no. We don't pretend we don't have that. We have that. And sometimes, if you're pretty clean on that, and you're not hateful, and you're not a racist, you're even maybe an anti-racist, but somebody gets under your skin and they stir that shit up, you clean it out. You clean that stuff out. You don't go, well, it doesn't really count because somebody else stirred it up. It's in your head. Your head. The original point is, yeah, why am I telling you? Because you can hear that. I'm going to go make a hobby of telling white nationalists this obvious shit. I'm telling it to somebody else like you that knows that it's obvious. If you want to play the whole the thing about, well, it looks like you talk about people when you get banned. Well, first of all, I do. I don't deny that. Second of all, when I do, though, I say because I was banned. You know, if I'm talking about being banned, or blocked or whatever, that's what I'm talking about. If I'm talking about the word Jew-Mexican is racist invention there, then, you know, and it doesn't have to be like Mexican, the word Mexican, it's not racist to use that word. But if somebody's telling you, if you're having a conversation with an African American about food, and you suddenly go, well, of course you think that because you're an African American, that's racist, okay? It's because you're making race part of the issue where it's not part of the issue, okay? You'd just be nuts if it was just random, you know, some other random thing, non sequitur. But the thing about racism as a non sequitur is that's racist, okay? We know about the problems of taking that particular kind of non sequitur. It doesn't work out well. You know that. That's why I'm telling you, because you know that. So maybe you don't want to say something because you know it'll bug Johnny when it's going to also bug a bunch of other people that are cool, that are fine, that you have no problem with. Okay, and that's racism, and blinding yourself to the fact that you're insulting way more people that don't deserve it than that one person that you think does deserve it, totally lost on you. I'm sorry, that's a racist type fog. Doesn't mean you are a racist, it means that you have racist behavior. See, I don't believe people have an essence anyway. We're brains. The brains are like computers. You know, is your computer racist if it has a racist photograph in it or on it? You can delete it. But if it comes up and I say, look at these racist photographs on your computer, and I ask you why you have them, and I ask you why one of them's your screensaver, and you're like, well, you know, I just have them, you know, I don't hate people, I just have these images. It's like, well, they're in your mind, you know, and I'm not telling you what to get out of your mind. If you want racist crap on your hard drive, fine, but when I become aware of that, I'm going to comment, I'm going to say, that's not really cool, I think you're making an ass of yourself. I think here you are, Voices of Naomi, totally to blame, totally gone off YouTube as a result, you know, and that's got to be good enough for you. Okay, now the other thing is, okay, on me talking civilly with people. I talk civilly with you, don't I? You've been rude as hell to me. You've been rude. In multi-dimensional ways. Least of all, just your rude comments of your words. But sometimes when you block me right in the middle of a conversation. Don't always say that you've done it, and then, you know, you're misstating me right there in that video. I can't attach a reply, and I can't reply to all the dumb commenters that don't even watch my side of the story. That pisses me off. You know, that is screwed up, but I'm still civil to you, right? I still go on to the next thing, and I see, well, is he going to be in civil asshole this time too? And I have a little collection, you know, in the inmendham section of my attitude collection, there's a lot of little, where inmendham will go in different situations, okay? And by continuing to engage with you, I understand more of that. I understand more detail. I could just say, no, it's a big black box with a big asshole inside it. It's shaped like a cube. No, there's detail in there. It does have asshole shapes in it, for sure, but it's also just, you know, details, uniqueness. So I talk to voices as well, and I think I made a good contribution to that drama. And why? Because, you know, I told them they were being petty. I brought up the fact that they have supposedly high standards, and this is obviously not a high standard. I did it all before they posted the video so that they couldn't pretend that they didn't know or understand the ramifications, because they both replied to my comments clarifying before they put up that final video that they did understand the ramifications, that they didn't think this was a high standard, okay? Which, again, see, now people are going, well, what good does that do? I'm not trying to change their lives. What good does that do? What good does that do? What it does is that I have a model, very detailed model, of how the thinking all worked in this situation. I know more than if I just went, you, fuck you, like you would want me to do. You know, on top of that, there's no way I'm going to start doing something because you want me to do. I'm not going to form a new behavior, even though I had nothing against the new behavior. Just the fact that I didn't think it up is enough for me not to do it. But, so, you know, I think that technique is effective. And I've been making some videos, not that you've seen them, on this kind of issue about how it is a battle technique. This is a way of putting people in their place. You know, but not way down in the gutter, because that isn't anybody's place. You know, it's like if you're a good guy but you say racist jokes, then you don't deserve to be put in hell. You deserve to be put in the category of decent guys that are fucking stupid enough to keep telling racist jokes, or insensitive enough, or whatever enough, you know, in your appropriate thing. And you know, I think anybody that could follow my video, not that it would suit everybody, obviously, the style of presentation and all of that, but for the people that could hear me, which was more than zero, and could comprehend me, which was, you know, also more than zero, we got to see how this structure showed an irony of people with a high opinion of their standards that actually have very low standards in this respect, which puts into question the sense in which they have high standards and how it makes that be superficial. We painted that there was obviously a classist element, which everybody sees again. You know, I'm not saying I'm the only one that sees this. I'm saying I'm not the only one that sees this. So I talked about what we all saw, okay? And just in general, the pettiness of this. And also I've been talking about what it means, why it's threatening. Even if you think that this person won't really be a physical threat, to go hang around the house uninvited of someone that you despise is inherently threatening. You know, it's somewhat relative. People on the web can go, oh, but I can see they won't do anything. And John and Naomi can certainly say, well, I know I won't do anything. But if you were in your position, for example, or my position where I'm good in putting myself in other people's position, I see how there's an element to that, obviously, that is inherently threatening. And these are all points I made. And those are the points I wanted to make. So I succeeded. You want me to be just one more person going, fuck you. And, well, we don't need one more of those. I mean, there's plenty of that already. You've got that covered. Okay, my job is to get information out in the open.